get back to that jump in home sales in December. A TD economist, Rishi Sondhi, saw that bump coming and as a result raised his forecast for home sales to kick off this year. For more, let's bring in Rishi. Rishi, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me.
So, yeah, you were looking at the data that was coming in to get a sense of how the year was ending and then looking ahead to this first quarter in 2024. Well, in fact, the entire year. But when you saw the market starting to heat up in December, the market, I guess, and the weather, which you'll get to in December, it made you change your forecast for the first quarter of this year from what you previously had. So give us a little bit on what you were looking at in the December data that made you change your forecast.
Well, the December data was, I would say, surprisingly strong. We were forecasting an increase in sales. Even before the December data came out, as a first quarter increase in sales. And the December data has given us more strength in that conviction, but the magnitude of the increase, I would say, was a little bit stronger than expected. That said, I mean, there are some reasons to fade some of that strength that we saw. Of course, the data is, of course, seasonally adjusted, but it is December. So that's typically a low volume sales month. So you don't want to draw too many conclusions just on that basis. Also, the weather, as you'd mentioned, was quite favorable in December. So, it's my opinion that may have pulled forward some activity that would have taken place in subsequent months. So there are some reasons to fade the strength that we saw in December's report from a sales perspective and indeed even from a prices perspective. But it's certainly sort of a feather on the cap with respect to our forecast calling for an increase in home sales in the first quarter of this year and then sort of lasting thereafter.
Okay, so this first quarter, do you think that the strength comes in January or do you think that it's coming in March?
Well, I think it'll be sort of throughout the entire quarter. I think we'll see sales sort of rising higher. This is, of course, on balance. We do our forecast quarterly. I guess there is some uncertainty with respect to January, simply because December was so strong. There's some risk of some pullback in activity. That typically tends to happen when you have sort of a really, really strong sales month. There tends to be some give back in subsequent months, historically, sort of on average there. So there is some risk of that. But I'd say over the quarter overall, we'd expect to see sales push higher. I think March could be fertile ground for a nice bounce in sales and even prices if the Bank of Canada is sort of teeing up a rate cut around April or so. Before they tee up that rate cut, they'll have to signal to Canadians and markets that the rate cut is coming. And if that signal comes around that time, that certainly will provide some fuel for the market and will probably offer a nice jolt to psychology there.
Yeah, I want to come back to that in one quick sec. But, just in terms of whether the December data is a sign of a recovery of, this sort of pickup in activity or just a, 1 month bump here. CREA, the Canadian Real Estate Association, the chief economist there, was saying that, it's likely that it was just some deals that, maybe sellers or buyers or whatever just wanted to get some stuff done at the end of the year. Maybe they'd been sitting on the market for a long time and just wanted to get it and move on. And that it wasn't necessarily a sign of a pickup in activity that, might be more expected of the sort of spring market. So when you're looking at this first quarter, do you think that is, the spring market getting pulled forward or just sort of a small pickup in the spring pickup, if there is one this year, would be coming later in the spring?
No, I mean, we do think that sales will increase in the first quarter of this year and the second quarter and, throughout the entire year. So that is our forecast. And we had that view even before the December data came out. The December data does give us a little bit more conviction in that view. But as I said before, it's a low volume sales month and, it's warm weather. So we won't draw too much. We'll be careful in terms of the conclusions that we draw from the December data. We're certainly looking for sales to push higher even outside of December. And that reflects, several factors. Bond yields are sort of, they come off a lot and that's helped, puts up downward pressure on fixed mortgage rates, for example. Population growth continues to be robust. Job markets, I'd say, the strength in job markets are fading, but they, on the whole, they're still, relatively resilient. That's helping underpin demand. So there were several factors outside of just what happened in December that was informing our view that sales would push higher. And by the by, we do have a pretty strong sales increase baked into the second quarter in our forecast, because that's when we think the Bank of Canada will be cutting rates, right? So we do think that the spring season will be a pretty decent one, fueled by Bank of Canada rate cuts.
How do you think it will compare to last spring when we did see that, big pickup in activity? Did you hear me okay, Rishi? I was wondering how you think
I'm
this
sorry,
spring...
you cut out.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, how do you think the activity in this coming spring might compare to last spring?
Well, no, that's a good question. In our forecast, we have a pretty big bounce in sales. So we are expecting, that the cuts that Bank of Canada undertakes and the signaling that precedes them to offer a jolt to the market. We may not see as robust a price increase in our view as we saw last spring. And you got to remember, last spring markets were quite tight, including in Ontario and BC, which of course the two highest value markets in the country. Whereas now markets are still on the looser end in both of those jurisdictions. What I mean is that buyers have a little bit more power than they did about a year ago. So that could restrain the pace of price increases that we see sort of nationwide this spring relative to last spring, even with sales likely to post a pretty solid gain.